Hey everybody, welcome to Sam Livecast. Today is Friday. It's the end of our week, and it's been a good week. What have we done this week, boys?
Wednesday, Philly cheesesteaks.
Tony
with
Luke.
the master.
Tony Luke.
Can you imagine just like getting the cheesesteak from like the hand of the cheesesteak god and be like, here, eat the cheesesteak that I just made for you?
Oh, yeah.
I did wait. God, there was a really funny
Wait,
comment.
not to mention the fact that we have freaking Chicken Charlie coming next week.
Oh.
Oh, my God. How
Yes.
lucky are we?
Yes.
2 legends in 2 weeks.
It doesn't get much better than
Chicken
that.
Charlie Monday. And in anticipation of that, I will do a fair food version of something myself today.
You?
Oh, God.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Crap.
God. Everybody else is like, yes. And to me, I'm just like, oh, no, what's going to go wrong?
Oh, what's it going to be? What's it going to be?
We're going to have
What's it
like
gonna
hot
be?
oil flying everywhere.
I know.
Oh,
Should
God.
I have 911 on speed dial here?
So, no, you're going to be fine, I think.
So along with fair
Probably
food,
nothing
tell the
is gonna
people,
happen.
along with fair food, tell the people what we do on Fridays.
We talk about MasterChef.
Oh.
That we do.
Because we have our very own MasterChef contestant right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Lynn Chi,
MasterChef.
MC4 Lynn. Sorry.
Lynn.
Yeah.
That's pretty much everywhere. Facebook.
How many boys do you know that are LYN?
Just like one N?
Yeah.
How many boys do you know that are Lynn's, period?
Yeah, not many.
A girl
lot.
name.
Yeah.
Have you ever not liked the name Lynn?
Never.
I've
mean-
not liked the name Sam Ewell.
Really?
Yeah, yes. When I was...
Why?
You know what? I felt like it wasn't cool or...
Oh,
it
so
didn't jive with whatever, and there was a and I was named after my grandfather. Now I would not change it for the world. I love being Sam. I love being Samuel, and I was named after him. He passed away before I was born, but there was this 2-year period. I feel like 2, 3, maybe 4-year period when I was elementary school. That I thought it was a very, very not popular, not cool name.
Try being named Maxwell Avery. And the middle names come out for some reason. They tend to be rolled out, and kids can be cruel.
Check this out. I've said this before, and if you don't know, Max's middle name, Avery, is the exit on the freeway between here and
Yeah.
Los Angeles where we used to stop for In-N-Out burgers.
That's awesome.
'Cause before we had In-N-Out in San Diego, that was the stop. And
Food is in your
A
blood.
lot,
were pregnant
of
with
thought
Max.
put into my middle name.
a lot of don't think it wasn't. It's always a name that we like, and we all know how much Mom likes In-N-Out burgers now.
Oh, geez. You just said that, and now I think I need to get it on the way home.
I know.
Do you?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Do you stop when you go here?
It depends. It depends.
If I were you, man, I would stop by In-N-Out every single
I
time
know.
I go
It's
home.
hard. Trust me, it's hard not to.
The last In-N-Out burger I had was a protein version,
Yeah.
just lettuce on the outside.
Yeah.
It was good, right?
Yeah. It wasn't quite the same.
Really, for a while, I was always on like the premise that the protein burger actually made the burger taste better.
Because you're not, like, just drowning
You're
in
not
bread.
watering it down with a bun.
Yeah. He's got a point.
There's clearly a component that the bun adds that is very good.
Yeah.
This is true.
And you know what I also think it is? We love carbs. Like humans, we love bread.
Humans.
Yeah.
love
Regardless of what people say.
We do love our
people
bread.
might avoid it because of a diet, but there's nothing like good carbohydrates in bread
Oh, yeah.
for some reason.
And you do need some. You can't go completely no carb diet because you're missing out on certain things that you need. But enough about that. Let's talk about the Fireman Challenge last night on MasterChef.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes, please.
Wednesday night on MasterChef. Because we can. Because we have a MasterChef right here.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun to watch. That
So-
I would say that was the best episode yet.
Really? To be a part of.
the last two, episode 7 and 8, when we did the firefighter challenge, I thought was a really riveting episode in terms of pace. Like, it was shot really well.
Yeah.
We had to get a lot of stuff done before all the challenges, and
Yeah.
I'm biased. Our team whooped butt. And if you're watching, you still haven't seen it, I'm spoiling for you. I'm sorry, but I'm proud of it.
Yeah,
We
no, we're
whooped
going
butt.
under the assumption that if you're watching this, we don't care if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
We want you to have watched it so you can understand when we talk about it.
You know what?
I was just go ahead.
What I was a little bit afraid of for your team, Lynn, was that I don't want to be an asshole.
Be an asshole.
I think that oftentimes firefighters are blue collar guys, and I was thinking that maybe the chimichurri might have been a little bit out there for a firefighter palate. And that they might have gone. This is just what I was thinking.
Okay.
Obviously, it didn't work out that way. But I just thought they might look at meat and potatoes like the other guys did, like it was a little more their thing.
I see.
But you know, the thing is, we did do meat and potatoes. They didn't do potatoes. Our dish.
No,
was,
they did that cauliflower.
Oh, yeah,
thing.
And I think chimichurri, man, it's like it's the staple of Argentinians everywhere, right?
Dude,
Argentina?
I've done chimichurri personally probably 3 times in the past month.
Oh yeah.
I'm so into it right now. In fact, I used my leftover chimichurri sauce in my cheesesteak against
right.
Tony.
That's right.
And it was freaking delicious.
You did. You mixed it with
I
mayonnaise.
mixed it with that Japanese mayonnaise.
There it
Keepy,
is.
look at it. That with the onions on there on that little
was good, man.
boletas bun thing. It
was good.
Really, really good.
So,
But more important than what you cooked,
yeah,
they did the Red Rover thing again.
yeah.
2 captains, 2 teams. Bethy got to go first, and she chose our Lynn,
Pick first twice.
Of course.
the quiet big man in the back.
Here's the misconception, dude. I'm not quiet. Like I'll talk,
Well, but the show ain't showing shit of you.
but the thing is, my talking is not as compelling as, let's say, Natasha.
You need to talk crap. Whoa, Natasha. And by the way, you were still. Now I understand. Look, I understand that those things weren't shot a week apart. That they were shot. Was it like every day?
Oh
You
yeah,
were-
we shot pretty much every day. Yeah.
Okay, so they're aired them a week apart, and we know that. And that's why you still have a finger condom on from last week, because somewhere you cut yourself. You had it on last week, and now this week you had the finger condom on because it was just the next day.
It wasn't the next. Well, it wasn't the next day, but look, I had that.
Well, how far
finger-
away was it?
It
Are
was-
they airing them in order? Yes, of
They're
course.
they're airing in order, and I cut myself on the very very first cooking challenge we had. So the first time we ever got into the MasterChef kitchen,
Yeah.
was like my cut, and it was a big one. So pretty much that was like my badge of honor going.
Did you have to have a
into-
paramedic fix it?
There's an on-set medic, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's really good. He's really fast,
Right.
and they have to dress it pretty much every day because it was like all pussy and gross and not fun.
I said this last week, but Joe Bastianich.
Yes.
And I don't know of his restaurants. I've never been. I understand his association with his sister Lydia.
No, his mom is.
His
Lydia.
mom is Lydia.
Yeah.
His mother Lydia.
Uh huh.
And Mario Batali.
Yes.
They're super successful. He's a very successful businessman. I don't know if he cooks. I don't know if he was ever a chef. He's definitely a restaurateur.
I think he cooks.
Okay.
I think he cooks pretty well.
But he clearly has been given the douchebag role in the show. He looked at who was it last night? And I wrote this down. He said, "Move your ass and make a plate. Am I speaking English?" Gordon Ramsay has taken a complete back seat to that, unlike his persona in Hell's Kitchen, or what's that show where they fix restaurants?
Kitchen Nightmares?
Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah.
And Graham Elliott is just like a big teddy bear that loves everything.
He does. Yeah, he really does love everything.
But move your ass and make a plate. Am I speaking English? Please.
Can I just throw out that
Yeah.
for a guy the size of Graham Elliott,
Yeah.
the vest,
Tight vest.
like plastered
Accentuates?
onto him, and then like the buttons in the front. Like when you're that big, I don't think you want to have something that has like 10 buttons in the front.
Yeah, maybe he does.
But that's
Yeah.
his look, so he
That's
does
his
it.
look.
he looks pretty good. I think he looks really sharp this
He's
season.
put together well. Yes.
Can we talk about the red team girl fight?
Yes.
What was?
Here's the funny thing that people don't know this, but we don't.
He's
like
not
once
there.
once we win,
Yes.
we're out of there, and then the other team stays behind and starts cleaning their stations. So
Right.
I didn't hear about this fight until I got into the car, and I see Beth. Like she looked like. I'm sorry, Beth. You look like hell. I mean, essentially, Beth looked like hell, and she was.
Well, she'd been bowling.
Yeah, her eyes were puffy.
Bowling.
And she was actually in a decent mood. She was smiling. She's like, I can't believe that just happened. I'm like, what happened? And then she explained the fight to me from her perspective.
Ooh, with Natasha.
And even from her perspective,
Maroon.
it just sounded like they're just you got to if you can't when you dish something like that, like telling people that they aren't very good or
That
their
their
food's disgusting.
food was disgusting.
You know, like you have to be able to take it back because no one's gonna like let their guard down. Like, oh hey, you're right. Like I'm actually not a great cook. I don't even know why I'm on the show. Like no one's gonna say that. Like,
Is Beth the type of person that like when in a confrontational situation she cries? Like,
no,
I'm not,
Had you seen her cry up to that point?
Here's the thing. Beth is not really a crier.
okay, because some people are just like that.
Because
They get
she
in a
was
little confrontation
bawling.
and they cry.
But here's the
Bowling.
thing. By the time we were shooting that challenge, I mean, people were already kind of feeling the pressure and the emotional like distress of being away from their families.
Yeah.
Being like kind of sequestered in your own place.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's just the fact that you're not used to the work schedule.
Yeah.
Like the film schedule is
Oh, yeah.
super long. We shoot long days. I mean,
Dude, were you prepared for the hardship and the work and the energy that you had to put in? Were you ready for that when you went into this?
Look, I was lucky. I think I took it really well.
Yeah.
I mean, I miss Stacy dearly. That was like
Did you ever cry?
Actually, I'll admit, the first time we got to talk on the phone,
Yeah.
I was very teary-eyed. It was
Aw.
hard to take.
That's that's so cute.
Question: how fucking hot was it?
oh, dude, we got out. It was
Yeah.
like 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was already 85 degrees.
Pasadena is northeast of Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, it's in the
and
hot
so
zone,
it's
man.
hot.
It is in
and
the hot
and you could
zone.
just tell, like Graham in his vest and things,
Yeah.
and then Gordon in a suit. Like you could tell that you guys were sweating.
I was standing out there, and I was like, because I sweat a lot.
But
and,
how about
and I'm standing out there like really like it's 10 o'clock in the morning. We're not even starting to cook yet, and I'm sweating just standing there.
Yeah.
how about the firefighters in full
know,
gear
in full-
with the hats.
I was like, is it really necessary to do that? We know they're gonna be firefighters. They don't have to be all decked out.
It was a gorgeous day, though. I mean, like let me tell you, they couldn't have picked a better day to do that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Yeah. Well, you guys won. You didn't jump. I didn't see you jump. You were definitely excited, but it's like you calmed down a little bit.
From the first one, yeah. Like,
From the first one. Oh, yeah, I know.
the first one, everybody was all amped up for it. But let's
Right.
put it this way: we stomped the red team so hard. I mean, like at the end, we were just kind of like,
Well, it was like 65-35.
yeah. I mean, like it wasn't even close.
Okay, a couple questions from me.
Yeah.
How about what did you think when you saw that Beamy's decision to just have no rub on the steak? I think he got confused with thinking that it needed to be like some mesquite chipotle barbecue rub when I think Gordon was just
Like
talking about
salt.
salt and pepper. Exactly. Like you can't throw a piece of meat on the grill without salt and pepper. That's
You really can't. And
completely
that kind of that decision surprised me a bit. And I think
Mm-hmm.
from here's how they cut Beamy. From what I thought, okay,
Yeah.
they cut Beamy like he was confused.
yeah.
Yes.
And the thing is, I heard from everybody that he looked confused. So I actually wasn't really surprised.
Well, so they cut it the way it was.
I think so. I mean, I'm not a first-hand witness, so I can't say it, but he looks really confused. And I was like, when you are doing a big challenge like that and then you
Please.
forget something
And you're the leader.
as important as seasoning,
Yeah.
Grilling 101, cooking
Yeah.
101. What would you cook that you didn't season?
Yeah.
Nothing.
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 A follow-up question to that
Yes.
is when they come over in the middle of a challenge and they say something like Gordon's like, "You're not gonna do a rub." Is it too late at that point to go back and
No.
change it, or are they?
No.
But are they not going to look at that like, oh, I mean, maybe that's a little bit of a knock against you. Like,
But
we
he's
had to
giving.
tell him
But
what
I'm
to do?
surprised he's giving advice. It's like he's actually
Yeah.
there, like giving advice. And I
Okay.
guess I didn't think that happened.
Let's put it this way. I'm gonna lay this out right now. And for those that are watching at home, this is kind of the fun thing about watching the live cast because this is stuff that you'll hear from me that you might not like get otherwise. But
Yeah.
Gordon yells at both teams equally, but he also criticizes you constructively because look, here's the thing: it's his name on the show. If you suck, he sucks.
Uh-huh.
So he wants you to do well. So people last week were criticizing us for like, oh, Gordon came and told you how to fix your teriyaki sauce. Look, he tasted the sauce. He thought it needed something. You don't have to listen to him. What happened on our team this challenge was that he came and told us how to do our steaks and when to do it. Remember, he said like, hey, if your steaks aren't on the grill
Right.
right now, you
Uh-huh.
can't do 100. Here's the thing. Eddie and Johnny are grill masters. They knew
Right.
exactly what they were doing from start to finish.
And that's
Right.
who you
They
had.
actually didn't listen to him. They didn't put the steaks on right. They said we want to do our steaks the way we want to do them. And in the end, they were a perfect medium rare. Every single steak.
Because he was talking about pre-cooking the steaks and then finishing up at the last minute.
Yeah, and what they didn't air and what he told us was kind of weird. It's like what I would do is I would sear the steaks and I'd throw them in a 500-degree oven and leave them until you're ready to serve. Well, in my head, that doesn't compute. In 500 degrees, in about 5 minutes, your steaks
Yeah.
are well done.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I looked at Eddie. I was like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, "I'm just gonna grill them like I normally grill them steaks at home, and they're perfect."
That's got to like really mess with your head. Like you think you're doing something the right way, and then all of a sudden the host and Gordon Ramsay comes
Yeah.
up and says maybe you should do it this way. That's got to be like whoa.
Here's the thing. Gordon knows what he's doing, but what he probably didn't articulate was you throw them in the oven for like 500 degrees for like 5 minutes to finish them instead of throwing them on the grill.
Right.
That way you don't have to keep them. You don't have to keep checking every steak and burning yourself. I understood that part.
I understand that. Yeah, cooking for 100 people is a little different than cooking for 10 or 2 or making one plate. Chrissy, once again, has risen to the top. I believe she's one of my favorites, only because she brings an interesting sort of I don't give a shit kind of drama that's fantastic. Her line last night when the whole meltdown came between Natasha and Beth, Chrissy just goes, everyone, just calm the fuck down. And then she just walks away. I love that. I love that about her. So they lose. They have to go to this Benedict, Eggs Benedict thing. So 2 comments about that. Number 1, we discussed last week when you were making cupcakes.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't make a cupcake. And then we discussed whether or not they gave you any instruction on this. Kat, who's a great fan and a great watcher of the Livecast, texted and she goes, I found the answer in the LA Times from season 1. And she quotes, Fox says that Whitney, referring to a contestant then, was indeed using a recipe. When it comes to certain challenges, it says baking and only baking, contestants are given a basic blueprint recipe they can use or choose to ignore. Then she writes, I found it funny. Sam asked the same question that I did. But so, can we talk about the Benedict? Because I make a great Eggs Benedict, but I start with packaged sauce, and then I add to it a little bit. Did you get some help?
Let me tell you, they want us to look the best that we can.
Yes.
However, I wasn't even in the challenge.
Yeah, he didn't.
I think, as far as I remember, everybody kind of pulled that out from them. Like, you know the basics of making a hollandaise. Let's put it that way. Like, people will have known how to make a hollandaise. You can't just make a hollandaise up from if you've never made one, you're not going to make one like just by watching people or just by thinking about it. You know,
so
it doesn't work that way.
Did you just say that you think everyone pulled hollandaise out of their ass without any assistance from a list?
I think everybody was advised, but I don't think anybody was working off a recipe card. That's not baking. It's not. They're not going to be working off a recipe card.
Well, this is also season 1. Perhaps they've advanced now to season 4, and they're like, oh, let's give them more help. What's the big deal?
Let's put it this way. Season 4 is way different than season 1 from like a technical standpoint, a staff standpoint. Like, it's a bigger show. It's like we have a bigger budget. We went to Vegas. That was cool.
Yeah.
They put a whole crew out to Vegas and they threw a kitchen on the rooftop of Caesars.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
That's
by the way, how do you judge how many people were on the red team last night before somebody got booted? 8? 9? 10?
it's top 16, so there are 8.
8.
Yeah.
How do you taste 8 people's things and come up with a determination when each judge doesn't taste each plate?
They do.
Well, they were. Oh.
I have that question.
Because
Do
they
all
were only
3 test
showing
each
a
dish?
judge going through
Yeah,
a
they're
plate.
not going to show all 3 on every dish.
But they
It would
used
be
to.
Too boring.
Did they not?
I think depending on the challenge, they don't
I
show
see.
everybody. But here's the thing: for
That's-
TV and for just content, not only does everybody. So you know how they haven't shown me say anything.
Yeah.
I've been
you
I've been
talk,
through
Lynn?
hours of interview. Yeah, I don't talk at all. No, you don't have an option. You have to go through interviews. You have to answer the questions they asked you, and all 3 judges do taste your food.
I got it. Okay, good.
All showing every single one of them tasting every single dish is the equivalent of watching you empty 15 items from the pantry.
Don't get me started.
See, the producers
That's really
not to do that.
It's very funny. Then you cut the show the way you want. Hey, look, just 1 or 2 more things, and then I got to go cook.
Okay.
I got other things I have to talk about.
This is
I
fun.
know.
Is there
Important
any way we
things.
can do this like outside, like an extracurricular thing? Like, would the fans want me to?
That'd be
Look,
cool.
here's the thing. I can't talk about a whole lot, and I don't know if I ever will be. But there's some things that I.
Are
can
you
talk
saying
about.
if we weren't on camera, you could talk about more stuff?
Well, to you, I can talk to you about whatever I want to talk about.
Right.
All right, quick question, Lynn.
Yeah.
Huh?
Blink twice if the following is true. Beamy is out of his league.
You know, I can
That's
tell
a
you.
yes.
No, I can
It's
tell you.
a yes.
Hey, I
Yes.
can tell you for sure that I don't think Beamy's out of his league. I think I don't know how the show's gonna be edited, but I think Bime is severely underrated, actually.
Oh, wait. Oh, a guy that doesn't put any seasoning on a steak before he cooks it is not out of his league?
I think
and is underrated?
Just because you make a bad decision.
Maybe
doesn't mean-
seasoning steaks is overrated.
No, I didn't say that. I think he's look. I just saying he's underrated. I didn't say he was like the greatest chef.
The reason I ask is just because I look at some of the people like this. They have been home cooks their whole life,
Right.
and they've frequently been told by family and friends that they're good, and that they're really good. And so people like that make it into the show. But you are on a sort of a different level, Lynn. Like you're not there because people, oh, you're good, Lynn. Like you're very into food. You're very into plating and doing it. So like you have a little bit of a technical proficiency that I feel like somebody like Bime might not have.
You know, like I think that's true for all the home cooks that tried out. A lot of them are just good at one or two dishes.
He's so polite. He's just the most polite guy ever.
Here's the thing. I think this year I'm gonna piss off a lot of season 3 fans, but I think this year's cast is way better than season 3's cast.
Ooh, well, every season says
Of course.
that about the guys
Of course.
before them. By the way, did you think that Natasha's food was disgusting? Yes or no? Yes or no, Lynn?
The cauliflower puree.
I kind of wish I would have tasted now because look, cauliflower puree should not taste like mashed potatoes.
How can
And if
you
someone
F that
tells
up? How can you screw that
someone
up?
tells you, oh, I think the mashed potatoes on the red team were interesting. You're like, oh, that wasn't mashed potatoes.
By the way,
You're in trouble.
did it end up with cumin in it? Because that would not have been a call I would have made.
I hope not,
Chrissy.
because look, cumin's like a warm spice, and
Yep.
on that day, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
Well, hey, you could argue that the cauliflower puree didn't belong there. Lynn got CG'd last night. Chiron graphic for people that don't know what CG means. He was standing up top watching the Eggs Benedict thing, and he said in a whisper for a 6'5" guy, "That's a good-looking poached egg."
I got
and apparently
subtitled.
couldn't hear it, so they subtitled you, dude.
yeah.
Okay, one final question that
Yeah.
pertains to that before we hop in the kitchen for cooking.
Yeah.
While you're up there on that balcony, Lynn, I mean, are you guys just like watching each person like a hawk, like trying to follow the steps that they're doing and seeing how they're doing?
I think they're sitting down a lot of the time, and they're just standing up, and the producers say, "Stand up, you need to say something."
Actually, no. I thought that too. I thought there are times where you just get bored, but here's the real reality, man. Like if you're in the competition still, you want to watch and see like what
Yeah.
you should and shouldn't do.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking.
And
yeah.
at this point in time, we're still really new to the kitchen, so you want to like pick up things you might not have picked up. But look, the funny thing is about the mic thing you mentioned. They mic everybody the whole time,
Yeah.
and a lot of people really forget that whatever they say is like
It's
permanently
being recorded.
That's great.
So I hope
That's so
I
funny.
hope the things that get subtitled out of my mouth are things that I actually would like people to hear. I don't think I say anything bad, but you just never, your mind just forgets that you're mic'd, you know.
All right, 2 quick pieces of business. Number 1, I'm starting a Sunday 1-hour radio show here in San Diego that you'll be able to listen to everywhere.
Boom. Eat this.
It's called
baby.
Eat This, which, by the way, the original name was Food Talk, and I thought it was a little bit boring. And I woke up one morning, and I said to Kelly, I got a good name. She goes, what? I go, how's this? Eat Me with Sam the cooking guy. And she goes, that's a terrible name.
Awful.
I go, it is?
Awful.
I was all excited, lying in bed. It's swirling in
me?
my head. Eat Me. And like 4 o'clock that afternoon, I went, oh, wait, maybe I didn't mean eat me. Maybe I meant eat this. And then I said, what about eat this? She goes, love it. Eat This with Sam the cooking guy. Sundays, 10 a.m., 760 KFMB in San Diego. You can listen online, on your phone, on your computer. If you go to my Facebook, it'll be there.
Wow, this
We'll
is
post
sweet,
it
man.
here.
This is big.
It's very exciting.
This is
It's
great.
going to be, look, and I was describing it to somebody the other day, and I said, I want it to be much like the tens of hundreds of conversations I have in the supermarket every day with people about using ingredients, about what they're going to make for dinner, about what they're tired of making, about what they could make, about how they could change something up a little bit, that kind of thing. I'm not a trained chef. So don't call me up and say, I tried to make a 16-layer chiffon cake the other day, but I'm not sure. Should I use 1/4 teaspoon of cornstarch, or should I use 1/3 of a teaspoon of cornstarch? I'm not going to be able to help you with that kind of question. But bored with what you're doing, or how to cook a steak, or I saw your recipe for Captain Crunch seared tuna. Does it really work? Should I use Japanese mayonnaise? What's up with ingredients? That kind of thing. That's why I'm there. We're going to have fun conversations. We'll have topics. We'll have open phone stuff where you can just call in. I'll read emails from people. I'll answer questions on the air. Sundays, 10 a.m. Eat This, not Eat Me. Eat This with Sam, the cooking guy. Can't wait.
You
This
gonna-
Sunday.
Are you going to take my calls?
Yeah, I'll give you the back line.
Why don't you throw at the station a couple more times?
Oh, yes.
760 KFMB.
Mm-hmm.
760 AM KFMB here in San Diego.
Perfect.
And there will be an iHeartRadio component in the next, I'm thinking, 2 to 3 weeks that will allow you to listen to essentially podcasted shows anywhere in the country through the iHeartRadio network, which is freaking huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
Gigantic.
I'm real excited. I love radio.
I'm
I don't know
excited for
why.
you, man.
I love radio. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And one other thing, this Saturday I'll be at Fixtures Living in Costa Mesa, between here and LA, from 2 to 3:30. They're doing a grilling skills thing every Saturday at Costa Mesa. They'll be showing how to grill certain things: chicken, steaks, vegetables, that kind of stuff. If you have grilling questions, you can come. We'll help you with them. If you just want to come hang out, you can come do that. If you got a Father's Day gift, you want to buy a Sam the Cooking Guy cookbook from somewhere, I think they're going to have some there. I'll write some nice stuff for your dad in it. It'll all be fun.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Remind me of sour cream when I get in the kitchen.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, so here's the deal. I'm making a, what am I making? I'm making a spicy kettle corn.
What?
In my head, I got 2 different ways to do it. So let's talk it out, shall we?
Yeah.
So the traditional components, like we did once before, I've got half a cup of popcorn. I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of sugar in here. I want a sweet spicy. So we know that the sugar is going to make sweet kettle corn. There's no question about that, right?
Yep.
In it goes. I need a 1/2 cup of oil. No, I need a 1/4 cup of oil. Oil's in here, right? And now this goes on the heat. There we go. Now comes this question in my mind. Do I put the Chipotle chili powder in here, or do I save it to toss it with after? I think I want to put it in here.
Put it in.
Let me see what MasterChef thinks.
I want to say after, because wouldn't it get... No, after will make it soggy.
Right. Well, I don't know if it'll make it soggy, but he voted this. I vote this. I think, and I don't have a lot, and that's okay because it's really powerful. If you haven't...
Oh, in my head, I'm sorry, I might have missed the powdered part.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking like Chipotle.
No, but why? I like the idea of it being in here, in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm going in here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take about a teaspoon, which is about this. I'm going to dump that in. Back up for 1 sec, Maxie. I got to do this quick. I'm just going to stir this. I got to mix it really well because I want it to be on everything. Don't forget sour cream.
Sour cream.
Okay, hold on. Not yet. Okay, so in honor of Chicken Charlie. Okay, done. Lid goes on. Now you know what we're listening for?
Popping.
Popping. All right. So now I can do the sour cream thing.
Do you remember when we did this on episode 29?
Oh, look at it. There's the picture of it. Yeah, that was one of your great pictures, dude.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so at some point in the past, I had somebody say to me, I was talking about sour cream and the liquid that it accumulates. We've all taken sour cream and used it and put it in the fridge and then taken it back out of the fridge, whipped the lid off, and what's the problem?
There's that gross water on
There's
top.
all that gross sour cream water on it. Somebody said to me, if you take the sour cream before you put it away and smooth over the top, you won't have any water.
Wait, come again? How does that work?
You take some sour cream.
Uh-huh.
You scoop out some.
Uh-huh.
You use it for your shrimp taco. You go to put the sour cream away. Instead of putting it away with that divot taken out of sour cream,
You smooth it out.
you smooth it out.
Okay.
You won't get water.
Okay.
Said I'm going to do a little test. So here's what I have. I have 2 sour creams. This first one, they're both brand new sour creams. This was 5 days ago. This first one, is the sour cream with the water. Well, I mean, with the hole.
There's water.
There's water. You can see that, right?
Yep.
This is the exact same sour cream. Did within a 30-second time period. The only difference is I smoothed over the lid, over the sour cream. You ready?
Wow.
It works. How much water's in there? Dry as a bone.
Dry as a bone. Is that unbelievable?
Wow, it really is dry as a bone.
What a great trick that is.
That's a kitchen hack. Look
It's
at
a
that.
completely amazing thing. Oh, I got to move my hold on. As soon as it pops, okay, I'll be honest, right now, there you go, it started. It already smells like the fair in here. Sorry. That sour cream thing's amazing. I will publish those photos in a study from the American Journal of Sour Creamness.
Oh.
Did you see that guy come out? I wonder if he tastes like anything. What if it doesn't?
Oh, don't do it.
It didn't taste like anything. Shit, I hope it tastes like something. It's just too noisy for me. I can't do this.
We're good. You just keep shaking, dude.
Oh, that one was spicy. Oh, that one was good. I could have made regular popcorn and just tossed it with some
No way, dude.
Chipotle and some butter, but I didn't want it to get soggy. I like the idea that this was spicy and sweet at the same time. Kettle corn seemed to be the ideal conduit for this idea. You know what I mean?
If you've never made kettle corn like this, let me tell you how cool of a party trick it is.
Oh,
I
isn't
must
it?
have made this like 5 times in a month after we did this in the live
After we
cast.
did it?
Yeah.
That's good. Let me get a bowl. But you got to keep shaking it, and you can't be away from it too long. Oh, Maron, come on. The problem is with all the sugar in this thing, this stuff's going to stick if you don't do that to it. But now you got to listen for when it stops, which is almost there. Like that.
Really? That's it?
Well, you gotta wait till it slows down. It's pretty slow now.
Oh,
That's it.
there you go.
Okay. And now you take it over here and you go like this. Ah, hot. Lid off. There's a little bit of color in there. There's not a ton of color.
That's a lot.
Oh, but you should smell that. That part smells good. And look at how much popped.
It's still popping.
Almost all of it. There's a little bit left in here. Not too much. Take a look.
Yeah, it's not too sticky.
I'll tell you something. We didn't have any of this at the fair last night. I'm sorry. We didn't have any of this at the fair the last time I went because it's too sticky for me. This is kind of a nice version. Oh, now it starts to get a little sticky as it sits. But you know what? That little bit of heat in here, call it a good teaspoon and a half of Chipotle chili powder. That's a really nice thing. And a perfect introduction for Chicken Charlie, who's going to be here. Do you know what his new thing is this year? I'm sure you've seen it on the news. It's going crazy.
Something with Krispy Kremes?
Sloppy Joe in a Krispy Kreme bun.
That's just too much.
How is that possible? How does the guy's mind even work like
I have
that?
no, we can ask him how his mind
Okay,
works.
I think this is better than straight kettle corn. That's really good. Thanks for hanging out with us. Tell your friends, Saturday, 10 a.m., eat this
Sunday?
with Sam the Cooking Guy. What did I say?
You said Saturday.
Sunday, 10 a.m., eat this with Sam the Cooking Guy. And come to Costa Mesa on Saturday and see me at Fixtures Living, 2 o'clock to 3:30. We love the fact that you watch us. We love the fact that you hang out here with us. Thank you, and thanks for telling your friends. All right? Max, you good?
Good.
Lynn, you good?
Good.
All right, peace out, boys. See everybody on Wednesday. More fun. Bye. I didn't mean Wednesday. I mean Monday. Monday. See you Monday. Goodbye.